Hello everyone and welcome back to Paris Crochet Flow. My name is Paris and I hope you're doing well. Today I am here with hopefully a quick tutorial on how to make a quick bee free flow. A lot of people make bees and there's free patterns out there, but I just want to show you a quick way of making it free flow. When I say free flow, we are not going to be following any pattern and we are going to start with any number of stitches of your choice between 6 and 12, just because if we make more than 12 in the beginning, it's a little bit hard to close this magic circle. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial and I hope you make your own pretty bee. You could choose any colors. I see people making red bees, orange, purple, whichever color you have, it doesn't matter. But let's get right into it. I hope you have safety eyes. If you don't, you could go ahead and embroider some eyes, and I hope you have some polyfill. If not, you can use yarn scraps. Let's start. For my case, I will start with 12 single crochets in a magic ring. You could start with 6. Between 6 and 12 is the easiest because we don't want to make a big one. So I'll start with 12. So 1, 2, I'm going to close the magic ring. I started with 12. The yarn can be tricky to close. If it doesn't close completely, don't worry, we will figure out a way of closing that completely. Now we are going to, for the second row, we are going to increase in every stitch. So if you have 6, you will have 12. If you have 7, you will have 14, and so on. For me, I will have 24. It doesn't matter, you don't need to count because we are all doing hopefully different number of stitches. Or if you're doing 12, then you end up with 24. So just single crochet 2 in every stitch. That way you end up with double of what you started with. Okay, I'm back to the beginning. I may have more than 24. It doesn't matter, just keep going. All we need is a circle, and because my magic circle is giving me trouble closing, I'll just go ahead and show you now how I close that magic circle. So I take the same color of yarn and I'm going to thread it in a darning needle. And I'm gonna go through all my stitches in the beginning because the nature of the yarn, as you can see, it's splitting a lot. So I'm just gonna go through all the stitches like so. I'm gonna leave one tail. I'm back to where the first tail was, and I'm going to pull both. And I'm gonna cut this end, put my needle away, and now I'm going to use this yarn to close my magic ring. You could always do that with chenille yarn because it's a bit tricky to close the magic ring, or if you can close it, it's alright. So you can see it's completely closed now. So we now have between 12 and 24 based on how many you did, and now we are just going to, you could mark your beginning with a different color of yarn, and you're just going to single crochet all around, single crochet in every stitch. So the only increase we did was the second row, and we increased in every single crochet. The third row we are not increasing, we are just single crocheting around. Back to the beginning, we are going to make the fourth row, same stitches, no increases. we're back to the beginning, and those are two rows of the same number of stitches for a total of 1 2 3 4. Now the fifth row we are going to change color. You could have changed color at the end. In fact, let's do that. Just change color here. So go back one stitch, change color right here. I'm going to change it into black. You're going to change into your own choice of yarn. I'm doing black, so change my yarn. I'm going to make one stitch using both ends, both tails. That's my first. Now we are going to single crochet around using this black yarn or whichever secondary color you chose, and we are going to make 2 rows of black. That's one row of black, and I'm going to make another row of black. There are 2 rows of black, so now we are at row number 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now we are going to change back into yellow. You could choose to make 1 row of black as you prefer. So back to yellow. So a second row of yellow, so that we will go back to black. So 2 rows black, 2 rows yellow. Okay, we're going to change color back into black. You can use the last stitch or the first stitch before your stitch marker. And we are going to make 2 rows of black. Okay, one last stitch before the stitch marker. We are going to change back to yellow. And now we are going to make 2 rows of yellow again. At this point we can cut the secondary color, which for me is black. I'll cut it off because I don't need it anymore, and I'm going to secure that yarn here using my crochet hook. I pick it up from as if I'm going to make a stitch from inside, and I'm going to secure that, just leave it inside. So we're going to make 2 rows of yellow. Okay, that's the first stitch, just so we can start our decreases. So you can see we started with, I started with 12. You might have started with 6, so anything between 6 to 24. So for me 12, 24, and then I made only 1 2 3 rows of 24, and then 2 rows of black, 2 rows of yellow, 2 rows of black, and now 2 rows of yellow. So that's very easy to remember. So just 2 and 2 to separate. Now we are going to insert our safety eyes. If you don't have safety eyes, you can finish up your bee and embroider once you're done. So safety eyes, I usually look at where my yarn changes are, and this is going to be the bottom of my bee, so I will put my eyes anywhere in the top. Just make sure that they align somehow. Okay, and they don't align, so I'm going to change there, and I will stick my stoppers in the back. I'm just using that yarn just to make it a little bit more steady, but you don't have to. And there are your safety eyes. Now we're going to continue the same way. We're going to make 2 single crochets and a decrease. So 1, 2, and a decrease. This is our first decrease. So 2 and a decrease. 2 single crochets and a decrease. Okay, now at this point we are going to put some polyfill or yarn scraps. Whatever you have to stuff your bee, go ahead and stuff the bee. I have some polyfill. If you have yarn scraps, that's okay, but I will use polyfill. Just fluff it a little bit so you don't have lumps and bumps. Okay. You can always leave a little bit to stuff once you're almost sealing the bee. So let's just leave it there for now. Now the next row is going to be 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. This is what happens to chenille yarn. Sometimes it splits and makes it difficult to continue, but okay, so we're going to be doing 1 single crochet and 1 decrease for the next 1 row. One single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, and 1 decrease. Now for the last row we are going to decrease in every stitch. So either you make 2 together or you make an invisible decrease, and we are decreasing to seal the bee now. So we are decreasing in every stitch. If it gets too difficult to work, just fasten off and use a darning needle to seal the bee, and that's what I'm going to do now. So as you can see, our bee is sealed. It's going to be sealed in very few steps. So we started with any number of stitches between 6 and 12. So I have 12, 24, then 2 rows of 24. That's equal to 3. 2 of black, 2 of yellow, 2 of black, 2 of yellow, and then I started decreasing, 2 and a decrease, then 1 and a decrease, and then finally a decrease in every stitch, and our bee is finished. The only part left now is making the wings, and I'm going to show you how to make one wing, and you can go ahead and make the next wing, and then we'll join them to the bee. So you could choose to stay, or you could choose to make your wings your own way, but I will show you how I make my own wings, which is not my favorite part. My camera turned off when I'm making the second wing, but remember, for a wing I'm using 10 single crochets in a magic ring, and then I'm increasing in every stitch, then fastening off. You could choose other ways of making wings, but that's how I make mine. So I have my 2 wings. I choose to join the wings before I sew them on, and I just use a knot. So this yarn that is for the magic ring, I pull it through completely, and then I kind of weave it in towards the one that I just fastened off, and then I join the 2 wings. So I just make a knot, I just make a double knot, and then I'm going to take these wings and I'm going to join them on the top part of the bee, just like so. So I'm going to use my darning needle, and I'm only going to use one yarn end. The goal is just to make sure it's nicely secured on the bee. So I don't have any formula of how to do this. I just kind of sew it through. Okay, and our bee is finished. You can go ahead and give it a smile and some blush if you like, or you could just leave it the way it is, but it's usually cute with some blush and a smile. And there you are. I hope you enjoyed the quick tutorial, and I will see you soon in the next tutorial. Now, happy crocheting, happy making, and just go with the flow. Bye now.